this was the ultimate moment of truth. I picked 2 of them and started peeling the husk off the corn to reveal what was hiding underneath. One of them looked pretty warped, probably because I had a twist tie around the stalk to keep it upright, so I guess the corn grew around it. And the other one looked amazing, like a sweet, delicious, colorful corn. For a moment again, I thought it kind of looked like huitlacoche, the edible corn fungus growing, but I wasn't really sure what was going on. Either way, I was really proud that our corn finally grew so successfully. I decided I needed to taste it raw because some types of corn, like sweet corn, are so good when picked fresh from the garden and eaten right away. You don't even have to boil it, and the sugars start converting into starch very quickly after harvest, so homegrown sweet corn tastes incredibly sweet and tender when it's raw. I was very excited, probably one of the top 10 moments of my gardening experiences combined. And after I picked those ones, I waited a few more weeks and realized the summer was coming to a close and there were a lot more cornies growing on the plant. So I decided to pick them all off to see what we were working with, what we grew, and I also did a little garden harvest with the other stuff that I grew myself. It was very exciting. But I took the corns and started unraveling all of the husks to reveal our final corn harvest of the summer. Some were really small, some were medium-sized, some didn't grow all of the kernels, but they were just as tasty as the first 2, and a bunch of the other ones needed more time to grow. But they still had a nice number of corn kernels that could be cooked in the kitchen. One in specific turned out like this. And you know what I realized about this one? Somehow we grew an ornamental corn, and this is actually the type of corn that popcorn kernels come from, and I have no idea how we ended up with this growing in the garden, but in that moment, I knew I needed to dry this out and pick the kernels off and try to make popcorn out of them. You can imagine just how excited I was to see what the final harvest actually looked like. So beautiful. And you know what I did? I took these into the kitchen and decided to make one of my favorite dishes, Mexican street corn. I tasted it for the first time and just wow is all I have to say about that. So listen, all it takes to grow corn is a little space, time, patience, and care, but I now know where I went wrong with the popcorn plant, and I also know how to successfully grow my own corn. So now, I will never have to eat popcorn again and wonder what would happen if I tried to grow my own popcorn myself.